All right, we call the February 10th commission meeting to order. Mr. Denner, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dinger. The only thing I want to change before we approve it, we're going to eliminate number F under the consent calendar. Authorized advertising for budget supplement.
Okay.
So,
And
okay. Motion by Weiss, second by Dinger to approve as amended. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comments. Anyone wish to address the commission this morning on any topic that isn't on the agenda? Online, on the phone? Seeing none, we'll move on. Next up, approve and authorize chairman to sign the intergovernmental agreement with South Dakota Public Assurance Alliance. It's in the package for your review. Motion by Gage.
Second.
Second by Denner. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Approve and authorize chairman to sign monitoring and consultant services at the landfill with Houston Engineering for 2026.
Just to
Also in
comply
the
with,
package.
federal regulations, is that what that was?
Yeah, it's an annual thing that we do just for monitoring and
Professional services to make sure we stay within parameters. Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, acknowledge the 2025 corrections to charge accounts at the landfill. There was a fairly significant packet in there with 5 or 6 different changes. Spent more on the paper than what we gained on
If only we accepted Bitcoin.
I'll move it.
Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Good that they're monitoring things that closely. That's good. All right. Next up, Dirk Rogers, Highway Superintendent.
He knew he was up there when he left.
There he is. Picked a fine time to leave it.
He's gotta go talk to the lawyer before he
Yeah.
Dirk?
That's pretty good.
Well, he is.
He is, I know.
How many minutes is this?
Quite a few.
I was consulting with the state's attorney's office before I started talking today, so.
Always a good idea.
I doubt it'll help.
It won't.
Yeah, these all 4 look like they could be classified information.
Yeah, we might have to go into exec. I don't even know what order stuff is in on there.
Right away for Webwater first.
Okay, we got a right of way for Webwater. It's down there on our little piece of east-west road in Joby. Joby Acres, south of the airport there. It's on the east-west piece there. It's just water service, must be for a new lot for Stacy Gossman in there. It's from Webb, and they're gonna bore under the road, and I got no problem with it.
All right. Your recommendation is to approve.
My recommendation is to approve.
Move.
Motion by Dinger,
Second.
second by Gage to approve the right-of-way access for Webwater. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up is the bridge reinspection resolution.
So that's, just our annual resolution to hire IMAG to do our federally mandated bridge inspections. I will throw in this comment with, that because we had the folks in about the Hecla Bridge, and we've had the Hall Bridge, or, the Hall Crossing, and a few of these other structures. This is where they're inspecting them. This is us hiring them. They're gonna monitor them so that we're in compliance with the federal standards and keep all of our bridge money eligible. We tend to just kinda defer to them. I mean, we're hiring these folks to tell us what the bridges are, so I usually don't deviate much or argue with them too much, and, you know, when they tell us to take them down, or, you know, take them down, lower the postings on them and stuff like that, but, despite the conversations we're having, I do understand what that does to folks, especially, you know, this one, which may not have really served primarily an agricultural purpose, but the thing's been there for 60 years or 70 years or whatever, and people are used to it being there, and just so everybody knows, I do understand that, but at the same time, I'm trying to also lower our overhead, because that seems to be easier than up in the resources, so.
Right.
Anyway, a little too much talking on that, but this is the contract that, you know, we're asking them to inspect our bridges and tell us what kind of shape they're in, so I would recommend that we do this.
All right.
How many this year, Dirk, you know?
Let's see, last year was the off system, so this year would be the on system, and I'm just gonna pitch from the hip, Scott, it's probably like 50 of them, plus or minus. We're like, yeah, it's gotta be something like that. There's more that are on the off system. Do you have a copy of that you can use, or?
They were in here with their last report, they went
Yeah.
into detail about how they have a whole new system that they have to grade things on, just because.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things in there, I do agree with them, that, this new thing will tell you whether or not, for lack of a better way of putting it, whether the, you know, it's the bridge's ability to carry the load over it. The previous scores had a lot of ancillary things that are important, but are not directly related to the ability of the bridge to carry the load, like the guardrail and the angle that the bridge has and things like that, so,
Move.
All right. Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Jenner, to approve the bridge reinspection resolution. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next up, we'll talk about load limits. You said earlier.
Well, we kinda, you know, we've been discussing that we're all seeing the symptoms. I figured we could do another week, talk about it again next Tuesday. I mean, if I had to guess right now, I might, and things continue the way they are, I might be a little more assertive next Tuesday to talk about Wednesday. But I'm not opposed to if things, I mean, I don't think it's that bad yet. I mean, you guys are citing some things that happen frequently, you know, the bridge ends and railroad tracks and things like that, but I don't really see anything coming apart. And I do want to remind, you know, we can't get asphalt till May, so, but, we're running around right now doing, with the cold mix, and we'll still be doing some more crack sealing yet. I mean, I don't know specifically how much that'll help this spring breakup, but, you know, but I think we're okay for now, unless you guys have a different opinion, but we gotta go through a goat rope to put them on before the 15th, that I don't really wanna do, and whether or not on the agenda saying discussing load limits covers it to the point that we're gonna try to do a resolution today in order to put them on before next week, you follow me, 'cause the 15th is, so I don't really wanna do that either. I'd rather just visit about it next Tuesday, and then we can, does that sound all right?
That way we'll have a better idea of what the next 10-day forecast looks
Right.
like too, so.
All right. You know, I couldn't even remember, the only thing that I've ever been kind of a pattern is if we got a lot of water, and this is kind of Captain Obvious, but if we got a lot of water at freeze up, more so in the fields, you know, I'm not saying the river so much, because we've had dry years down here where they opened up Jamestown, and then the river was pretty high, but we weren't, you know. So I am a little curious to see what happens. I can't even remember, because we were wet and we were dry, and then it seems like the river kind of came up, but then we were pretty dry right at the end, weren't we? I can't remember. So, I'll
All
be
that
curious.
snow at Thanksgiving.
That's true, the snow came early.
There's a little more moisture out there, but it's below what you'd expect to be on average.
On a normal, yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
I think there could be decent subsoil, but there's probably less runoff right now.
Right. There's capacity.
Unless we get a pretty good storm soon, which most likely will happen, so. We'll see.
But basketball tournament week, we'll get a good nice blizzard.
There you go.
Always.
Usually do. Usually do.
It's like
Not
rain-
always.
It's like rain at the fair. There's gonna be
Yeah,
snow at
you
the
just well
state
plan on it.
Parade at the fair is more predictable.
So that's the limits unless you guys wanna talk any more about it, but I
Nope.
would, we'll visit next Tuesday, and like I said, I would anticipate that, I'm not saying necessarily, but we should just be psychologically prepared for Wednesday.
Just let everybody know they are coming.
Yep.
Just a matter of when.
Yep. Other things we're doing right now, actually, you know, you probably heard me try to diffuse the wives' tale about saving all the money when you're not plowing snow, but we are getting a pretty good jag of gravel, put in a few places where we've needed it. And then we're trying to schedule a few things with that before low limits go on. And then we'll go to, we do have a couple spots that we specifically have set up so that when low limits are on, we can pick them up and get to a gravel road without using one of the posted roads. But so we're kind of working that. Then we'll get back into crack sealing. Comment on the Elm Bridge, which is sort of fell into purgatory out there. I did get a call about, I don't have a lot of details, so I don't wanna give too much, but, the company, it's sort of an alternative bridge company, I'll just say. It's not a fly-by-night. I've heard of the company, I know what they do. But he called me out of the blue and said that the state had sent him, he's gonna let me know he's gonna be up at the Elm looking at a few things to see if he had, his stuff is more modular, but they were trying to see if he would have something that might be cost-effective and work up there, so, that direction came through the state bridge office, so that's a little bit out of the normal process, but my point in passing that along is to say that they are trying to come up with something up there. While I was sitting here, I tried to ask a question about a start date on the Sand Lake Bridge. Excuse me. It won't be until that one in Aberdeen. That's the same contractor doing the 10th, whatever that is down there, is it 10th Street or 10th Avenue? That one will be done and complete before we'll get that all done, and then they'll move up there and do that one. So I know that isn't a true date for you, but that one will get done first, and then they'll go up there and start on the one at Sand Lake. I think that's all I got, unless you guys have questions.
I think you and I visited a week or so ago. Any new updates on the Richmond Dam project?
No, I haven't heard anything, not really.
No.
I haven't went looking for anything either, which I could probably do.
The only report I got is that it seems like they're getting closer to letting the project. They're just waiting for some historical data to come in that they need to jump through, and then they'll put their stamp of approval on it. They'll be able to let the job, so.
Is Mike's up there?
Scott, Mike?
Scott, are you up there?
No. Trevor.
Nope, not today.
I know he's had a few communications, but I don't know what the scope of them have been.
Yeah, and I haven't heard any more either.
Maybe I can reach out to him today. The last guy, my bureaucrat connection in the office, had called me a couple times to reassure me that he would make sure we got paid. And he, admittedly, he did a good job on the one up at Elm too. And he called to remind me that they got us paid up there, and whatever we incur, so. Good deal. All right.
Well, meantime, the legislature's in session, so everybody's focused on what they're doing for and to us.
Yes. I found it interesting when I went down, I never realized it until after I left where I was testifying, but I'm like, wow, I've been coming up here for 25 years and testifying on bills, and we used to go and ask for money, and now we just go and ask that you don't take away our money.
Right.
And, it was very interesting, and it's hard because they're good ideas. I mean, they're good ideas that will help individuals, and then you right up to the point that we lose $200,000, you know, I mean, so, and Lynn had some success as well with her, so, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with everything else, but you gotta start somewhere, you gotta get the little bits and get the things you can, I guess, but, anyway, I'll end up wandering into a topic I shouldn't be talking about, so I'm gonna leave now. But, all right?
I hear they're gonna transfer some of the higher paying, property tax counties to like those that pay very little, like Fall County and stuff.
You think so?
That's
You got
what I've
big
heard,
change?
yeah. Make it a little more fair and equitable.
What was that? I didn't quite understand the insider thing, but I was surprised that those percentages, that Fauquier County was like 42% funded
Yeah.
by property tax versus the other ones. I would've thought that theirs would've been a little lower, 'cause I do know they get quite a little revenue. And maybe that's more of a Mike thing, but they, you know, what their jail does do some things for them on the,
Right.
on the, enterprise side, or however that works, but.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Dirk. Next up, consent calendar, Lynn.
Approval of the journal meeting minutes of February 3rd.
Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claims and payroll.
Move. Second.
Motion by Denner, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
I don't know.
Motion
Somebody
carries.
agrees with that.
HR reports.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Travel request.
Move. Second.
Motion by Weiss, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Landfill tonnage report for January.
Move. Second.
Motion by Gage, second by Denner. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Lease agreement.
Move.
Motion by Denner,
Second.
second by Gage. There were a bunch of them today. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Abatement.
Move. Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any other business come before the commission this morning? I haven't had any requests at this point to go into exec, unless our legal counsel needs some.
He says no.
Could I do an exec and then fill you guys in on medical, or isn't that exec?
Personnel.
Personnel, yeah. Okay. Need a motion to go into executive
Move.
session for personnel. Motion by Dinger, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Mike. All right, we're back in session, out of exec with no action as a result. Is there anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move. Second.
Motion by Dinger, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.